We're excited for the first game. It's time to take the next step.
God called me to play football as God calls me to love and serve others in various ways. Sometimes it's seen by others, sometimes it's through organizations, and sometimes it's not. And every time you glorify God, that's our purpose on earth. So you feel accomplished. You feel like, hey, I'm actually doing what I was meant to do.
I think anytime you get to play in an awesome atmosphere like the Georgia Dome and get your kids really excited, it's not hard to motivate them for the first game.
We are officially ready to go now as the Dogs will take the football.
Welcome back, Nick Chubb. It is good to see you, young man.
The Bulldog Nation certainly deserves a great turnout and a great atmosphere to play this game in.
Intercepted by Sanders at the 28. Touchdown, Chubb. Diving, rolling catch by Jeb Blazevich right at the goal line. He tumbles into the end zone for the touchdown. Kirby Smart All Access is presented by Georgia's own credit union. Bank, borrow, invest. Also brought to you by Georgia Lottery. Closed captioning of Kirby Smart All Access is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Let's go places. This segment of Kirby Smart All Access is brought to you by Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Innovation that excites. Michelle in at tailback, play fake. Lambert, he's going to throw it, and a dart on a diving, rolling catch by Jeb Blazevich right at the goal line. He tumbles into the end zone.
A true leader serves people, serves their best interest, and in doing so will not always be popular, may not always impress, but because true leaders are motivated by loving concern rather than a desire for personal glory, they are always willing to pay the price.
I think leadership, it's something that in the same way that you're born with it, you can also develop it.
North Carolina native Jeb Blazevich wasn't necessarily born being a leader, but it has been something that the people around him have helped instill in him.
I think it takes a village to raise a kid, and I came from a great village. I love all the people growing up. My parents, my family, my extended family, my now girlfriend Addie. I think they all do a great job of just noticing the little things, figuring out what makes me tick, and then they show me love through that. I want to be an expert in other people's strengths and say, hey, I want to encourage you because I think you're doing all these things well. And I also want to help you with the things you're not doing well, because I think that's what we're here for, is just helping us all grow.
But Jeb didn't always have that mindset. It wasn't until one of his coaches growing up brought something up to him that he had never realized before.
I always grew up a Christian household, Christian private school, all that stuff. So on paper, I was a Christian. I knew what to say. I knew all that stuff. But it wasn't really until senior year that he actually played here. Coach John Casey, the kicker back in the day, he sat me down and he said, look, you're living this way, but you want to appear this way to others, and it's not matching up. He's like, just be honest.
Since his senior year of high school, he's experienced life change. It was in that moment that he came to one realization, and that is how he now lives his life.
God called me to play football as God calls me to love and serve others in various ways. Sometimes it's seen by others, sometimes it's through organizations, and sometimes it's not. And every time you glorify God, that's our purpose on earth. So you feel accomplished. You feel like, hey, I'm actually doing what I was meant to do.
Football isn't just a sport in the South. It's a way of life. With so many people involved, it gives the players a voice that they've never had before.
I feel like God gave me this platform so that I can give back And for better or for worse, I want to try to use that to glorify God and to help other people and to love and serve them.
Jeb does just that. He serves others. From home runs for hometown heroes to Camp Sunshine visits, Jeb jumps on every opportunity he can to put a smile on someone's face. Service and leadership go hand in hand. As author John Piper has said, God is most glorified in you when you are most satisfied in Him.
And really, I think leadership, it really needs to be servant leadership, because if you're not serving those, if you're not serving others, if you're not loving them well, why would they follow you? Personally, I don't care, where people come from, their background, what they believe in. I'm called to love them no matter what, so I try to make that evident, and hopefully the guys appreciate it and can see that, but they make it easy. I love this team, awesome group of guys. I feel like we're all a tight-knit group, and it just makes it so much easier to do little things and try to be a servant leader when you honestly just love the guys and love hanging around them.
This team is now a part of his family, both the players, the coaches, and the support staff. And he is very thankful for each person the Lord has placed in his life.
There's just tons of spiritual giants around campus that want to help me and pour into me so that I can do that to other people, and it's just been a huge advantage. And I can see just through all the different doors God has opened why I'm supposed to be here at Georgia.
As Jeb begins the second half of his career here at Georgia, he always goes back and remembers one piece of advice that a very inspirational person in his life said to him, and he doesn't take it lightly.
Something that Coach Casey told me, he said people won't remember your name, they won't remember what you said, they won't remember all these things about you, but at the end of the day, they'll remember how you made them feel. And I just want to make sure that people feel loved and feel accepted and know that Jesus loves them.
Coming up next on Kirby Smart All Access.
I know we're going to go out there and compete very well and be on all our P's and Q's. And I just know we're going to go out there and hopefully come out on top.
This segment of Kirby Smart All Access is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors. The right stuff, low prices every day.
Coached the game or two in your life, but this is your first game as a head coach. Would you be nervous? Would you be any different for Saturday than you have been for the last 20 years?
No, it doesn't feel that way. For me, the amount of pressure that I put on myself as a defense coordinator for the last 10, 11 years, I really believe there's a lot more decisions that go into that position than the head coach. I think the confidence in what we've done up to this point allows me to be comfortable with where we are.
All eyes have been on number 27.
Had a lot of practices where he's carried it more than 5 to 7 times, and we feel good about Nick. He feels great. He's ready to go. First thing we got to do is figure out who's taking the first snap before we worry about the next guy coming in. But I think it'll reveal itself in the next couple days. And we're going to play the guy who gives us the best opportunity to win.
If we get here, wherever we kick off in Alaska, we'll be ready.
It's not a different vibe. We go out there and look at it like it's another team that we can hit that we're not going to have to help up off the ground because it's not our teammate. So, we're going to go out there and have fun and just play ball. The emotional intensity level is very high. I know we're going to go out there and compete very well and be on all our P's and Q's. And I just know we're going to go out there and hopefully come out on top.
It don't matter. When our name's called, we're going to go out there. That's up to the coaches on how the rotation go, but everybody's preparing the same, and when our name's called, we just got to be ready.
The plan is not about what year you are in school, it's how ready you are to play. We challenge every guy to play with grit and determination, and that's what we want them to do. And if they don't hold that standard, then we get the leadership and also the coaches to kind of call them out on it. And that's the expectation. I think each group's shown improvement and must continue to do so if we're going to get where we need to be.
Game week, baby! Game week! Oh, I don't think it's very difficult at all. We're in this business for those games in the fall. Those are the tests that we get chosen by. So we'll be looking forward to it every bit. Everything right, everything clean, polished day, full speed, boys, work day.
Work day, work day, work day. Full speed day.
Hold it down. Hold it down.
It's been good. Intensity's been really good. They practice really well. They practice fast, and they seem like they're excited about playing the game. And we just have to re-emphasize with these guys, make sure they stay focused on the task at hand and take it one day at a time.
Attack it! Get the ball.
I mean, the intensity's great. Our kids are aware of what a big game this is for us. It's the first game of Coach Smart's era, so we're looking forward to go down there and represent ourselves well.
We're competing today now. Competing for spots. Competing for roles on the squad.
2 more guys, let's go. Quickly, let's go, let's go. We know the drill.
Striking! There you go, Fritz, go get out! There you go, baby. That'll way to attack.
Hammer it, atta baby. Next one's up, let's go.
Oh, they've been battling. It's been a lot of fun. Everybody wants to talk about that. To me, they're just one of the 11 kids that walk out there on the field and represent us. Whoever we end up going with, they'll represent Georgia well. I'm proud of all those kids who've competed hard.
We're going to play a lot of guys. It's going to be important to keep guys fresh, and they run a lot of plays. They go very fast, and so we're going to have 7, 8, 9 guys ready to play up front.
Get lined up! Turn and run! Finish, 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 finish!
Takeaways, baby, takeaways. You touch it, you ought to catch it.
Finish, finish, hands, get up! Get up!
Let's go, guys, get in there! Come on, Jeb, get to his outside pad.
Look at him. We use crowd noise in practices and things like that, and so I think our guys they'll be ready for it.
The work has been done. Now it's time to see how they line up on Saturday. Coming up next on Kirby Smart All Access.
Toss back to Chubb. He runs this way. 45, 50. Carolina territory. Chubb's going to town. 20, 50, 10, 5. Touchdown. I think, yeah, Chubb time. This segment of Kirby Smart All Access is brought to you by AT&T, mobilizing your world.
Bulldog Nation fill the dome to give the team a home game feel. Will go to work for the first time in 2016.
And for the first time in a long time, the man that has been rebuilt, Nick Chubb.
Grayson Lambert has yet to throw a pass. He's in a passing situation here. Shotgun. Lambert back to throw. Will throw it from the 13. It's caught by McKenzie at the 38. McKenzie to the 40, to the 45. Handed off to Chubb. Chubb at left tackle. Breaks the tackle. 35, 30, 25. Carrying men down to the 22-yard line. Chubb's in the backfield. Lambert's under center. Handed to Nick. He darts left. Cuts back right into the end zone, I think. Yeah, touchdown. Chubb is back.
Chubb proved himself ready by getting the Dogs the first score of the game. Jacob Beeson got his first chance under center with a completion to Godwin early in the second.
Chubb remains in the ballgame, going to get another try. Runs straight up the gut, breaking tackles. Guys trying to bring him down around his ankle. Toss sweep to Harry, and the freshman takes the pitch. 15, 10, 5, get in the end zone! They flip it to McKenzie on the speed sweep. Isaiah cuts at the 10 to 5. Get to the end zone.
After a tough start to the third, the Dogs shifted the momentum with a touchdown and a safety at the end of the quarters.
Throws it in the end zone. It's caught, and he's out of bounds. It's a safety, I think, right? Yeah, safety. Toss back to Chubb. He runs this way, 45, 50. Carolina territory. Chubb's going to town. 10, 5, touchdown. Yeah, Chubby time.
Welcome back, Nick Chubb. It is good to see you, young man.
With a final of 33-24, the Dogs are victorious in the Dome once again. Coming up next on Kirby Smart All Access.
Can't say enough about the resiliency of this group and what they did.
This segment of Kirby Smart All Access is brought to you by Hyundai, proud supporter of college football and loyal fans everywhere.
Kirby Smart has had many wins as a player at Georgia, but now has his first as head coach.
Every game's a must-win, we feel like. We definitely want to win for our coach, and we feel like the home team. You know, we didn't want nobody to come to Atlanta and beat us in our state. So we kind of had something extra to play for, and I'm so proud of those guys, man.
It means a lot. I'm part of the team that got the first W for Coach Smart, so that's amazing. All fall camp and all doing practice before the season, before the first game, we just like ready to hit someone else. After a while, you get tired of hitting your own teammates, so it was just an amazing feeling.
Can't say enough about the resiliency of this group and what they did. We certainly dug ourselves a hole and fought our way out of it, and I'm really proud of them for the way they competed. And that was all we asked tonight. It was not about winning or losing. I know so many people think it is, but for us, it was all about playing the Georgia way, playing the Georgia brand of football, which is physical, relentless, tough, knock you back, and they did that.
Coach Smart takes me late night, keeping my head in it, and just my teammates, everyone, pushing me, and myself. I'm doing it for them. I get up every morning, work out, at night, taekwondo workout, a little track stuff with the track team, and it wasn't for myself. It was for my teammates. 10 months ago, I was injured. It was bad. Never been in that position. I was down, a lot of pain. I could have done the two things: just laid down there and never got up. But what I did, pushed myself. I had a lot of support from everyone around me. In this game, I wasn't out there by myself at all. There was a lot of other guys out there with me, allow this type of performance, and I'm just proud of everyone. I'm glad to be a Georgia Bulldog. I'm truly blessed.
Unbelievable. It just shows the competitive character of a young man who never quit, never doubted, believed in what Ron Corson and the medical staff told him, and just worked. I mean, he really did. He worked himself and willed himself into that game. And when I was hired, I remember calling and talking to him, and he told me, he said, "Coach, I'm going to play in that first game." And I thought, wow. And he did. He's just a special character kid.
The coaches and players will switch gears immediately to focus on their first opponent between the hedges.
All summer, all spring, we bought in, and it showed tonight. We still got a long way to go, though.
We got a lot of things to clean up. We got a long way to go as a team. A lot of people say that you grow the most from game 1 to game 2. We certainly got to do that.